Hey guys, so I'm going to be introducing you all to Rick Yancey's The Fifth Wave. I'd like to start off by saying it's not realistic fiction. It's more of a young adult science fiction dystopian novel. These kinds of novels are becoming wildly popular for young adults, and I've seen a lot of my students reading this series, the Divergent series, Hunger Games, The Maze Runner, and so on. So I think it's important to also explore um, genres like this because it's something our students are reading. So maybe we can see if there's any classroom value in it for us teachers as well. Um, and I think I found some in this particular novel. So before we begin, I'll give you a quick synopsis on what this book is about with hopefully no spoilers. We have several perspectives telling the story, but basically, Earth is being cleansed or purged of all humanity from what they call the others, who are mysterious aliens who have designed specific waves to complete their mission. And this story is all about what it means to be human and surviving in an unimaginable world. So, this brings me to themes in the novel that could be discussed with students. Some of them will overlap with the discussion questions I've designed, and you'll see that in the handout. Anyway, so I've already mentioned one. What does it mean to be human, to have humanity? And this includes things we consider to be innate human values and qualities. We might question what those qualities and values are in humans and humanity. Um, Two, young adult concerns are still rampant in this novel, so these ideas can be discussed as well. We see ideas from sex to young love to high school to teenage values and so on. I think this is important for students to be able to relate even within such a uh, different kind of novel, you know? Three, one can cover the theme of what we take for granted and what would we do without everyday items, modern conveniences, technological conveniences. I think this could make for interesting class discussions on our newer dependencies on some of these conveniences, even. Because in the book, when the electromagnetic wave wipes out everything electrical, Cassie, the main protagonist, finds herself craving a warm meal, her cell phone, and more. So this ties in with the young adult concerns, but it also ties in with ideas of how we depend on our modern technological conveniences of life. um, so we could ask what we depend on and how we take things for granted in such a technological age. Lastly, the theme of being other. This is my personal favorite. When reading the book, I was forced to think of the traditional meaning of the word as the Western world attempted to colonize, and now that's what the others are doing in the novel, and the role is somewhat reversed, but it made me question that because to those other worlds being conquered and colonized, the Western world was the others, and there are so many moments in this novel that point to this idea, as well as just questioning what it means to be other than the norm. As a side note, I think this book could be used to discuss post-colonialism if one were trying to teach that theory, but I'd probably pair it with something else as well. Um, Last but not least, I'm going to get to the classroom activities. You'll see these themes again and then several questions that I ask along with these themes. So as you can see here, I've included my handout in the picture, but I will also be including it as a link just in case it's hard for anyone to see or read. So with these themes, there are a number of activities teachers can do. Class discussions have always been one of my favorites. I like to open up the floor with a question and let the class really respond while I just more or less facilitate and stay in the background. I think it makes for students to be able to come up with their own really interesting ideas. So for my particular handout, I've provided discussion questions that go along with the themes I've picked out. Of course, all teachers are different, and I feel that some of these could be used in other ways. We could do reader response with prompting. These could be a start towards writing assignments. And of course, as always, teachers could do a mix of all of the above. Um, Of course, though, with all of these questions, a teacher can also say to find places in the novel that support their ideas or even go against their ideas. Keep in mind, these are just merely starting points. I just wanted to show that I find value in this book in a classroom setting. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope it wasn't too boring. I really enjoyed Yancey's book. I would recommend it highly, and I truly think there could be some merit in a classroom for it. Thanks.